All right. Happy Sunday. Happy November 15th. I feel like November just started and then it's like the middle of the month already. It's insane. It's like flying. Anyway, so we want to give a few shout outs before we get the call started. We want to give a huge, where is she? Huge. Where'd she go? Did she drop?
I think she left.
All right. Well, she's going to have to hear the recording for this. Huge shout out to Ana Monge for rank advancing to Diamond. Woo!
Yay, Anna.
Yay, twin. She'll jump back on. She'll just have to listen to the recording. She is also already at Success Club 6, which is amazing. And then we also have the Rosas who are at Success Club 10. So also amazing. Congratulations, guys. And we still have 15 days left. So if you are at 0, 2, 4, just keep pushing. You guys know what the sale of the month is. But just really quickly, the 21-day fix, the 21-day fix extreme, and size are all at $140. Also, before I forget, tune in tomorrow for the National Wake Up Call, obviously, at 11 Eastern Time, as well as our team calls. We actually have, for the Lead Well Legacy call, we have 2 of our very own speaking about their experience at the Diamond Retreat this weekend. So Elena, my sister, and also Ana Monge will be speaking tomorrow on the Lead Well Legacy call. So make sure to tune in. I'm not sure if it's just going to be a call or a Zoom. Mari, do you know?
It's a call.
Okay, so I will post the call information as soon as we have it available. All right, so let's not make Hector wait any longer. Thank you, Hector, for spending Sunday night with us. We really, truly appreciate it. But let me introduce you to the team, and then you can take it away. Hector is a 2-star diamond coach. He is also, many of you may recognize him if you've done Insanity Max 30. He is a cast member from Insanity Max 30. He is also Insanity certified. And tonight he is going to be talking about overcoming fear. He's going to be talking about, if you don't know Hector and follow him, you'll know that he's all about positivity and faith. So I'm super excited to hear what you have for the team today. If you can start by telling us a little bit about, how you got introduced to Beachbody.
Sure, absolutely. Thank you, Gabriela, for having me. I greatly appreciate it. I'm honored to be on your call. Thank you, Team Advent, for having me and welcoming me to your family. I'm super excited. How I came into Beachbody is 2011. I'm actually very good friends with Mickey. I've known her for years prior, and we had a crazy connection. My ex-girlfriend was her friend's actual good friend, and every time her and I met, for some reason, we always had this great connection. Every time we always talked, communicated about anything. We always had good conversations, but we didn't know, we had no connection. We had no recollection of why, it's just that, that natural connection that we have with each other. And then I even made fun of her when she started P90X. She was eating She was eating a burger with no bun. And I'm like, what are you doing? Come on, put a bun in there. Let's go eat that thing up. Come on. You got to eat like that. And it's funny. And that's what she was beginning her P90X, but I didn't know that. But then fast forward to me is 2010 was a rough year for me. I was going through a breakup that whole year, and towards the end of the months, I owned a dog at the time. I was an animal lover, but my ex decided to take the dog with her. So he was like a kid to me, and I was very attached to him. I was working from home. So I went from having someone to having no one in my house. I was kind of alone. So I kind of just reverted myself to going out, eating out, doing everything possible, and I lost myself. That in fast forward to January, I went to go try on some jeans, and those jeans didn't fit. A lot of you may know that, you know, you get to a point in your weight that the size before is already not fitting anymore, and you're going to the next size up. And I was a size 40 waist. And then that next step was a size 42. So I was like, wait, what? 40 what? No, that's not gonna happen with me. So I was a Biggest Loser fan. So I went back and I bought the Jillian Michaels, bought Harper DVDs, and I just started doing them. And I did them for 2 days, and then a friend of mine introduced me a bootleg version of Insanity. Yes, I had a bootleg. I promise I bought it brand new. I still bought it, I promise. But I did the program, and I loved it. And it was exactly what I was looking for. I did not like the gym, never liked the gym. And I did the workout, and I connected with it. And that connection just took me to like this other level that Mickey reached out to me, and she's like, Hector, you know, there's an opportunity here. She introduced to me Shakeology, and I was like, I'm okay for now. I don't want Shakeology now. So I gave her the no, like everyone else does to us. And like on February 14th, I hit a wall doing Insanity, which is like 26 days into my program. I hit a wall, and it was like, it's a wall that we're all going to hit in this business, in the fitness world. We're going to hit a wall that eventually will try to knock us down, and it'll pretty much wake up your fears. That's exactly what's going to wake up at that time. When you hit that wall, your fear is going to try and overtake you and bring you down. And that day, my fears almost took me down, because I was always one of those that started something and never finished it. And that day, it was like a rough wall that I hit. I went into my living room, worked out. It was like 5 o'clock in the morning. That was the time I always worked out, doing Insanity. Yes, as crazy as the program was, I was that crazy as well. So it's like I went to the living room and I pressed play, and I was like, my body was tired. It was aching. I didn't want to do it. I wanted to give up right then and there, because I was like, you know, feeling these soreness in your body, which I'm sure a lot of you can relate to, that, you know, that soreness of like a beginner workout that you've never done before, or maybe it's the first time you do a program that you're like, whoa, is this normal? Yes, it is normal. Soreness is normal. But I didn't know that, and I didn't understand that. So for me, it was like I left the living room. I turned it off. I went to my bedroom. I sat down, and I truly gave myself a smackdown. I told myself, is this what you want? So you just went 26 days of working out to stop and quit. And after going back and forth with myself, I didn't want to be what I was. I took that before picture, and it took me a week to take a before picture. I didn't want to look at myself in the mirror. I was not happy with the person I was looking at. I was destroyed by it, like mentally. And when I sat myself down, I remembered that picture. Because you always got to remember why you started. Because if you remember why you started, you will never have a reason to quit. Because we all want to quit. There's going to be a point in time that you do want to quit. And that was my time. So I got off the bed, went right back to the living room, pressed play, and I took my time. I was very paceful, pace. That I just like, it was the best workout that I did to that day, because I overcame the biggest wall I've ever had. And believe it or not, that catapulted me to where I am today. That one day pushed me to who I am and who I've become today. And one of the things that Mickey told me back then, and I actually signed up that day. I said, I want to be a coach. I want to be, I want to get into Shakeology. I wasn't a fan of it at first because of the taste, But it was one of those things that I said to myself, I want the value over taste every day. So for me, I went for the value and forgot about the taste. And until now, to be honest with you, like last week I drank it and it actually tastes like Quick. I was like, oh my God, I remember the strawberry Quicks. Oh, it was so good. It was so delicious. So when I drank the Shakeology and I drank it with water, I drink Greenberry. And that's one of my favorite drinks. I've had it for 4 years. No other drink I've had, just Greenberry. And I had it just with water and it was delicious. And it tastes like Quick. So I was excited. But anyway, so one thing that Mickey told me at that point, at that moment, is she was like, Hector, if you can do insanity, you can do anything. And it stuck in my head that day, and it has stuck in my head till this day. And I took it literally, and I just went for everything I did. I went after anything I thought I couldn't do. I just went for it. I'm talking about everything. I mean, I don't know how many of you are familiar with bowling, but bowling has a perfect game that you got to get 12 strikes in a row. That was the year I shot a 300. My first perfect game. I was bowling since I was a kid. I took a fireman test, and I was the third best run in the state of New Jersey. It was so many things that came out of that one event, that one wall that I had to climb to be where I'm at today. Like, I didn't get to be in the Insanity Max 30 video overnight. It took me 3.5 years. It took practice. It took consistency. It took me waking up at 5 in the morning every single day for 3.5 years to get me into a DVD program. And even that day, I had to battle against 200 other people. I had to go against other people. So I was still facing challenges. But you know what? I believed in me. I believed in, I remembered that moment that I almost quit. That moment that I said, I can't do this no more. But I made it this far. I've quit in everything else, but I don't want to quit anymore. I wanted to stop being a quitter. I wanted to stop fearing success, because there's two types of fears. There's fear of success and fear of failure. I was fearing success. Every time I was high, I was like, well, that's too high, and people might judge me for being up here, so let me just get down to everyone else's level. No, I got tired of thinking like that. I got tired of feeling that way. So with that being said, I'm going to go into what I want to talk about is overcoming your fears. So that's my story in a nutshell. I mean, it's pretty much, but I don't want to bore you. I want to get to the nitty gritty right now. So I want to share a picture that I believe I have, but before I share it, give me a second. I should have had it prepared. Bad Hector. Hold on. It's a great picture. I actually just created it yesterday, and I'm super pumped about it. You guys are kind of like the first people that are going to hear it, which is so cool. You guys should be excited. Can you guys see that? Yeah? Let me see if I could like long screen it. How about there? Yeah, but then I can't see you guys. That's not right. It's not long screen, right? It's like a short screen. Oops. Why is it not moving?
Wait, what?
It's not long screen, right? It's just like a regular box, right? That's what it is?
Yeah, it's just a box.
Oh, so you can see the whole box, in other words.
There, we can see it now.
Okay, cool. All right, so this is me right here. This is my eye. I took a picture of it because I was super excited. I was like, you know what? I'm going to use my eye. I'm using nobody else's eye. It's my eye. It's my vision. This is what I want to be. So with that being said, let me just change here something. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. There you go. All right. So this is the definition of fear for me. It's feeling emotional at rebirth. A lot of us don't understand fear as we should, right? What fear defines to me is that you get to a point, right? Like I said about that wall, you're going to get to a wall, and you're going to look up at that wall. It's going to look so high up. It's going to look so like not able to reach it. That's going to be your position. You're going to be in that point that's so high. I can't get there. You're going to start, all these thoughts in your mind are going to like come down at you. It's going to, all these emotions, your past, your even your present moment, maybe you're going through struggles, maybe your lack of belief is existing in your life. And when you're doing so well, fear kicks in, because fear only kicks in when you're on a high note, when you're reaching change, when you're reaching a transformation, when you're reaching this person that you always saw yourself being, but now you fear it because now it's like, wait a minute, this is a whole new world. I don't know how I'm going to deal with it. So now you start putting excuses in your mind and all these things in your head, like, how do I do it? How do I overcome it? So why did I call it feeling emotional at rebirth? Because that is the day that your whole life is going to change. That is the day that the change, you're going to be born again. When you make that transformation, when you climb that wall, when you get over it, you're going to become this person that you once thought never was going to be. That one person that everyone in the world, everyone around you said, you can't be this person. You're not good enough to be that person. You're always going to be that person. Your family is this way. Your friends are that way. Your teacher is this way. Your school is this way. Your environment sucks. All those things are going to be on your mind, because that's what we were trained as kids. We were probably raised, I was raised in a middle class, low income community. If I would have stood in that mindset, I wouldn't be who I am today. I had to overcome the challenges of maybe many of you. You know, I grew up in a Latin family, very negative, negative. My parents always loved me, but it's just a negative environment. Everything is about se murió aquel, se murió allá, mira, Pito se tuvo un accidente, ay, aquí está tomando droga, all this stuff that ain't lifting us up. It's just putting us down, because that's all we're thinking about. Like, I don't want to think about that all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to, like, that's what it is. If you're surrounded by people that speak negativity into your world, guess what? That is what you're going to live. You're going to stay there. And it's a saying that's out there that I'm sure many of you heard. You are who you surround yourself with. Your 5 friends is who you are. And that is true fact. So I don't want to keep showing you this picture, because I want to see all your faces. So I call this the eye, the truth behind what we should see in our life. Because it's our vision, our eyes are the ones that need to open up to what's going on around us. All right. Now, a lot of you are probably new coaches. Some of you have been in, a couple of months, and some of you have been a long time. So what I'm going to tell you is this business is not easy. Like any other business is not easy. You are going to fail, and that's okay. I failed many times in this business, but did I quit? No. Why? Because my purpose were bigger than my fears. If you know that your purpose is bigger than your fears, you're gonna overcome them. Remember the word rebirth. Rebirth, you're reborn. When you make a change in life, you're going to lose a lot of people in the process. You're going to go through this process that you're going to see your friends changing, and you're going to get uncomfortable. There's also a saying that says, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And when you do that, when you start being uncomfortable, that means that change is just around the corner. It's right there. You just got to keep walking towards it, not fear it. You got to attack it. If you fail, you have to learn. I want you to redefine failure in your mind. Anybody that's on this call, redefine failure. And the new definition for all of you is that failure is to learn. Not failure is to fail. You don't want to fail. You don't want to give up. Failure is giving up. That's what it is. If I fail, I give up. Forget it. I don't want to do this no more. I'm done. What I want you to do is every time you fail, learn. What did you learn from that moment, from that instant? If you spoke to a prospect and you spoke to that prospect and you said to them, listen, you went through the whole spiel, whatever Gabriella taught you or whoever is your coach, whatever they taught you, what to say, or whatever Beachbody gives you, because we have all the tools for it, whatever things that you're given and you're talking to people, and that person doesn't get it, does that mean you got to change your whole method? No, absolutely not. You got to master what you're good at and what you know. And when you overcome that fear of what do I say now? How should I say this? Then you're going to become better at what you're saying. Practice makes improvement. Les Brown said that. Practice makes improvement. Practice doesn't make perfect because none of us will ever be perfect. We're always going to fail and we're always going to make mistakes. And that's okay. You have to live with that. You have to accept that, because if you think you're going to live a perfect life, you already failed before you even began. So you have to make sure that you don't. So now, why was the I an acronym? The I is pretty much this. The first E in the I is everything. Every problem has a solution. Every problem has a solution. Why do I say that? Because in life, everything you do, there's a solution. It's a choice. We're optioned to either stick where we are or overcome them or get out of it. Understand what I'm saying? So now, if you got a customer that's giving you 101 million excuses as to why they don't want to do it, you have a problem in your hands. Guess what the solution is? When you're ready, let me know. I'm always holding another challenge next month. If you wish to come back, I will be more than happy to help you. If you're not prepared right now, come back. That's the solution. If you're doing a workout for yourself and you're working out and you feel that you can't keep up with the DVD, there's a solution for that. It's called the modifier. So you modify. And when you modify, guess what? Now you're keeping up with the workout. Now, if they're using weights on the screen and you're using weights on the screen and your arms are dying, put the weights down. That's the solution. And now what you're doing is now you're going to be able to do the movement, but at least you know how long you lasted. So the next time you do that same workout, you're going to go as far as that move that you dropped the weights the first time. So you found the solution to that problem. When you do personal development, a lot of people have a problem with either reading or maybe the audios. You hate to listen to things. Are you listening to the right personal development? Are you actually focusing your, how would you say, are you really focusing on what you need to work on? That's the question. Like, I can tell, I hate to use you, Gabriella, but obviously you brought me on this call. So let's say me and Gabriella talked, and we had a long conversation. She told me all about herself, and the woman is full of energy. She's so pumped, ready to go, gung-ho, no questions asked. Now, do you feel that, I don't know, this is a book that's out right now. Would you think I'm going to request the energy bus for this girl? No, because she doesn't need it. She has all the energy in the world. So in other words, I need to know what her weaknesses are. Not saying that the book is bad, by the way. I think the book is a great book because I believe, I haven't read the book, but I know I live that book. I am that book. I'm not in it, but I am the book. So what I'm trying to say is, if you ask your customers, your coaches, your friends, if you ask those questions to someone, you have to pay attention. You have to learn to shut up, listen, and learn with what the people are telling you so that you can make sure you're directing them into the right path, directing them into the place that they belong. Not where you think they belong. No, it's not you, because it's not about you. This business is not about you. The problem with people is that they think that they have to put their problem on someone else, or their solution on someone else. Yes, you have the solution, but you have to listen to your prospect, your coaches, to find out what their problem is so you can find the solution that best fits them. So if you're a person that is not very communicative, I don't know if that's a word, but it sounds good. So it's like if you communicate with someone, if you're a person that lacks communication with people, then I personally would recommend you to read How to Win Friends and Influence People. Because to me, it's a great book. I think that book will teach you how to talk to people and how to listen. If I can define in 4 words, that book is shut up, listen and learn. Shut up, listen and learn. Because the thing is that we tend to because we think we know it all, we tend to and we start talking and yapping and yapping and yapping. And now the person, I'm like, I didn't even get a word out. Like, how does this person even know my problem if I haven't said anything yet? Like, the problem is with us that we follow a script, which is great. A script is great to have. But it's exactly what it is. It's a script. That's it. Once you ask the question, shut up. And when you shut up, now the person is going to answer the question. Let the person answer the question. The solution to that question will come. But you're not going to know if you either cutting the person off or you're just talking over them or whatever it is. Like you're not allowing the person to speak their mind. And that's the one thing that frustrates anyone. Like, I can't even get a word in. The one thing I've learned in this business is that people love to talk about themselves. It's just the way it is. Customers, coaches, I like to talk. That's just the way it is. I love to talk, but I love to talk with a purpose, with a plan. If I feel someone needs to talk, I'm ready to talk. I was never a good listener. I'm going to be real. I had to become a good listener. And because I knew that in order for me to do what I'm doing right now with you guys, I need to listen. I asked Gabriella some really good questions. I need to know, what am I getting into? I need to know, who am I talking to? What's the audience that I need to attract to be able to answer the questions that they're looking for? So if I know what questions I'm answering, you guys can relate to me more than if I'm just blabbing my mouth away. So at the end of the day, every problem has a solution. And this goes with life, guys. If you're feeling tired, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling overworked, if you're not being appreciated maybe at a job that you're in, what's the solution to that? Change. If you don't like where you work, look for another job. If you complain, if you're one of those people that come home and complain about work, morning, afternoon, and night, that'd be nice. But just leave the job. Just leave your job. That's pretty much what it is. Leave your job. At the end of the day, look for a job that's going to make you happy. Something that's going to be a positive environment. Because if you're just showing up to work, your work life will reflect on your personal life. And your personal life is going to struggle. Why? Because now your relationship is going to struggle. Because now you're bringing all the baggage from work to your house. Now your spouse has to deal with that. And maybe your spouse is having his own issues at work. And now the combined issue is going to make the problem even bigger. So the solution to that problem is communication, understanding, realizing that there's a problem in hand and you need to take action towards it in order for you to get to the end result, which is happiness, love, health, whatever it is that you want to go. Now, if you feel taking a picture, you don't like the way you look, you don't like the way you feel, what's the solution to that? Eat better. Stop eating junk. Stop eating out. Stop drinking. If you're a drinker, stop drinking. I personally had to sacrifice drinking for 7 months. I said, in order for me to get to where I want to be, I was a drinker. I used to go out every weekend. I used to party every weekend. You name it, I did it. No drugs. I promise. No drugs in this body ever, ever, ever. Drinking was the only thing I've ever done, and I overdid it. So for me, I used to drink 7 beers every time, 8 beers, whatever, every time I went out. I went to 0 in 7 months. I went cold turkey because I knew how I wanted to feel, what I wanted to do, what did I needed to do. I found a solution to my problem, and I did it. I went for it. I overcame it. Was it easy? Did it happen overnight? I lost 55 pounds in 4 months because I went for it. I did not give up. I dug deep. I did insanity for 60 days. I did insanity the second month for 30 days. And I did asylum for 30 days. I lost 34 pounds with insanity in 90 days. And I lost 16 pounds in 30 days with asylum. Why? Because I wanted it. I dug deep. I went for it. I never gave up. I never went out. I did go out, but I chose. I picked my battles. The solution to my weight was for me to take care of myself. You got to put yourself first. In life, this is exactly what it is. There's God. There's you. And there's everyone else. You have to put yourself first in order for you to be successsful. A lot of you have a family. I don't have a family, but the only thing I recommend in this topic, and I like to throw it out there, I don't fit into this world, but it's something to think about. If you have kids, you are their role model. You have to be their role model. You can't allow your kids to be your role model. If your kids are dominating the conversation, guess what? You're not their role model. They are. Their role model is themselves looking at TV and you listening to them to tell you what to do. So you have to become a role model. How do you become a role model? Is by taking charge of the situation. The kids are the freaking smartest creatures in the world. They see weakness, they attack on it. My nephew attacks on weakness. He loves my parents because he knows he go, whoop, yeah, I got this one. Whoop, I got that one too. He cries and he gets whatever he wants. Not with his uncle, because I know he's playing games. So you got to make sure that the problem to that solution is by you taking care of yourself. Your kids will do what you do. As long as you know that and understand that, you will succeed at whatever it is that you're doing. Because if you're putting your kids first, you're following your kids and not vice versa. Always remember that you're going to be their kids. You're going to be your kids' teacher for the next 3 to 5 years. So when they're born, you're their teacher. Whatever they do, however they act, is based on you. It's not based on knowing, oh, my kid is this, my kid is, oh my God, he's all over the place. You. Check yourself. Be honest with yourself. Be real with yourself. This is this is all part of it. You take it however you want to take it, but this is real talk. I'm keeping it real. It's part of fear. How many of you probably fear being a great mom or being a great dad or whatever it is? People fear that. But you know what? If you love yourself enough, your kids are going to love enough as well. However you act, however you feel, that's what you're going to reflect. So if you want to feel positive, surround yourself with positivity. If you want to be happy, surround yourself with happiness. Be loving to yourself. Love yourself. Look in the mirror. Tell yourself, you're beautiful. You're amazing. You can do it. We got this. This is our time. No more. No more quitting. I know why I started, and I know why I'm never going to quit. If you know that, believe you me, you're going to be successful. What's the why in the I? The why, this is very important, guys. Pay attention to the why. The why in the I is that you can't say the right thing to the wrong person. And you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. Let me repeat that. You can't say the right thing to the wrong person, and you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. So it doesn't matter who you speak to in this business. It doesn't matter who you come across. No matter what you say, depending on that person's personality, lifestyle, past, they're either going to get it right away or they're not. It's just the way it is. So you're not going to change your approach because of one person. You're not going to change your approach because it's 2 people. In order for you to get good at your craft, you have to master it. You have to repeat yourself. I know many of you have been taught, go out there and get as many no's as you can, as many no's as possible. Why are no's so important? Because you're training your vocals, you're training your body, you're training your mind to get into a rhythm of what message you're trying to deliver to people. This product, this solution. Because Beachbody, it's a tool. That's it. It's a tool. People don't want to work with Beachbody. People want to work with you. You are the X factor of the conversation, not Shakeology and not the workouts. You need to understand that, because once you understand the person's needs, then you bring in the tools and you attach it to the person. You marry the two together, because you can't marry a couple that's never met. You have to first marry them. You got to have a conversation with them. You got to console them. You got to love them. You got to appreciate them so that you're able to marry them together with a program, with Shakeology that best fits them. You're not going to give someone a chocolate bag of Shakeology when they're allergic to chocolate. I'm just saying. Like, why would you do that? So you got to be able to listen and pay attention. Be very conscious of what I just said. And this goes to life, guys. When you're out there and you're talking to people and they get upset at the way you think, at what you believe, and they put you down. They say you're wrong. What you're saying, you're wrong. You have no facts on that. But you know in your heart, it is fact. You know in your heart, it is true, because you did your research, because you did everything, and you're a walking billboard of what these programs are capable of doing. And they shut you down. Oh, the gym is better than working out at home, this and that. They're going to give you all these excuses. You cannot shy away from why you started. You can't. You can't forget how you started. Why do I say that? Because you're not going to attract who you are. You're going to attract who you were. Remember that. Who you are right now. If you right now lost 20 pounds, lost 30 pounds, maybe lost 50 pounds, or maybe you lost a bunch of inches. Maybe you lost 30 inches maybe you lost 30 inches in your waist. I mean, 30 inches, holy crap. If you lost 3 inches in your waist or 2 inches in your waist, but you succeeded, right? You succeeded. You already overcame your first goal. The person you're going to attract isn't the person that needs to lose 3 inches. Maybe the person, maybe you're focusing on a person that's already at the 3 inches mark, and they might want to build or something. But you're like, your focus has to. I just lost my train of thought. Forget out what I just said. Because when I talk fast, I kind of like, give me a second. Okay. All right. So what I mean by you're not going to attract who you are. You're going to attract who you were. What I mean by that is what you put out there is what you're going to attract. So those people that are coming to you, that you talk to them, and they're giving you the no's. They're giving you rejections. They're giving you all these like excuses. They're giving you, they're overthinkers. They're analysis or paralysis and all that stuff. You're attracting all these people, right? Ask yourself this question. Were you that way before? Was that the person that you were at one point? Did you tell your coach, I'm not ready yet? Did you tell your coach, I've never worked out before, how do I start? Did you tell your coach before that, I'm a gym person, I'm not a really at-home person, but you became this person, right? The one thing that we fail in this business, we forget where we came from. That's a mistake that you should never do. So you have to remember where you came from, what you overcame to be the person where you are right now. Maybe you're at the beginning stages of your journey. Maybe you're just a newbie. I don't know that, but maybe you are. You're gonna fail. You're right now. The people you should be attracting in your business are the people that are ready to take their journey with you. That's what you need to start attracting. If you're a newbie in this business, attract people that are ready to run with you. Attract the ones that, listen, guys, listen, I'm about to do this amazing thing that my friend just did My friend just lost like 15 pounds in 21 days. I'm about to jump on it. If you're down with it, listen, I'm starting a group next month. Come with me. You're not trying to, you can't approach someone and say, listen, you're going to lose 15 pounds because I know for a fact. You don't know for a fact because you haven't done it yet. You know a friend did it. You could already say, listen, this person did it. I know her. I've known her since we were kids. And I know for a fact that this shit works and I'm going to try it. You want to come with me. Or you want to wait 21 days until I'm done. And then you're gonna hate yourself for hoping that you started with me at that 21 days before. So you got to stick with what you know. You got to believe in yourself. You got to say whatever's coming out of your mouth, really collect your thoughts. Listen to trainings. Do the trainings, guys. Trainings are important. If your coach gives you something, make sure you do it. Because if you come in here thinking you know it all, you failed before you even started. I was the guy that thought I knew it all. I've been a coach for 5 years, and there's a lot of coaches that started last year that are better than me. And I'm okay with that. You know why? Because at the beginning, I started to work on me. I didn't have a me in your life. I didn't have a me in your life. I didn't have someone telling me, yo, stupid, stop. I didn't have somebody knocking me on the head. So you got to understand, I failed. I failed because I didn't have leadership. Not saying that my leaders, because we were, in other words, we were all on the same path is what I'm telling you. We were all, like, they took us like, okay, we're here, guys. You know, because Team Eagle, when we started, was like 20 people. That's all we were. We were 20 people when I started. So imagine that. We're 8,000 strong. So we have a lot more stories. You know what I mean? So for us, we didn't have someone to tell us, listen, this is what you need to do to overcome this. So you guys have all the tools that we never had. All that stuff you have in the back office, I didn't have it. Guess what? See this right here? This is my best friend for the first year of Beachbody. I was calling Beachbody every single day for questions. I had questions. You know why? Because I wanted it. You got to want it. In order for you to be knowledgeable, you got to practice. Practice, 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 practice. If you fail, practice again. If you fail, practice again. If you fail, practice again. Practice, 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 practice. The more you practice, the better you get. You know what they say? I think Tony Robbins said. Tony Robbins says that what you do on the outside is the reflection of what you've done on the inside. So what you do in home and what you do, all these trainings and readings and all that stuff, what you do is going to reflect on what you do on the outside. Right now, what I'm doing with you guys is a reflection of my consistency, my practice of believing in myself and being. I've been following this positive train since 07. 07, I've been following a positive train when nobody was talking about positivity as much as they are right now. So I had to battle a lot more people than you guys are battling on a day like today. So imagine what you have to go through to get to where you want to be. It's not going to be easy. There's going to be a lot of detours. There's going to be a lot of punches. There's going to be a lot of pushes. You're going to face all that. But you got to remember that you're not going to satisfy everyone. You can't satisfy everyone. If you think you're going to satisfy everyone, you failed again. I like to use this example. The perfect example that I can use in this scenario about not satisfying everyone, the President of the United States. When the President of the United States gets elected, does he really get 100% of the votes? Think about that. No, he doesn't. This is the man that's going to run our country. This is the man that's going to make major decisions that either we're going to have freedom or not. What we're doing is Zoom chats and these calls. You know, we have a home over our heads. We got paid taxes and all that stuff, whatever. We're electing a guy to do that. And he still doesn't get 100% of the votes. He probably gets 51% of the votes. Those other 49 are people that are against him, that don't believe in his views. So who are you? What makes you different? So I need you to embed that in your head that you're not going to say the right thing to the wrong person and you're not going to say the wrong thing to the right person. Those people that need to get it will. Those people that won't get it won't. Keep it moving. Keep going. You're not going to satisfy everyone. When one person fails, go to the next one. Because I'm going to tell you right now, those people that told you no before, you have to go back. Later on, though, go move on. Keep consistent. Your posting is so important. What you put out there in the world is a reflection of who you are. Right now, if you don't post, who are you? You're just a regular person. If you're posting fitness and nutrition all day, keep scrolling. You have to be unique. You have to be yourself. Because what you put out there is who you're going to bring into your team. Like, honestly, if you're beginning stages in your fitness, do you really want to post all fitness? Do you want to attract people with fitness? No. You want to attract people that are in your position, looking to get out of their rut, looking to overcome this sluggishness, looking to make their business grow. Maybe it's not weight, maybe it's business. Maybe you're in a position right now that you want to make $500 a week. You want to make $1,000 a week. Maybe you want to make $2,000 a month. Maybe you just want to pay a bill. Like, you got to find, how do I pay this one bill? Start with a goal. Put a goal together. Put that goal together. Put a point in it and go after that. Set goals. If you don't set goals, you're not going to succeed at them. So if you have financial goals, set them. What do you want to do? All right. By the end of this month, I want to pay my cell phone bill, which is like $150. What does it take for me to pay off my bill? Oh, all right. I got to save 3 lives. So go out there and save 3 lives. And you get $150. Now, if you want to pay Shakeology and pay your phone bill, guess how many people you need? 6. Go out and get 6 people. So now you know you pay off your bill at the end of the month, and Shakeology is free. Like, how many people doesn't like free stuff? Like, how great is it in this business that you get to get healthy, help other people get healthy, and then they pay your bills for you? I mean, like, come on now. Seriously, it's a no-brainer. You got to go for it. So I'm trying to marry what I'm trying to tell you into the business so that you can get it, so that you can understand. And I'm going to read out some quotes so that you guys can resonate on what I'm saying. The last thing that I want to relate on the I is everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. I didn't get on this call on purpose. I got on this call for a purpose. Maybe somebody on this call is lost. Maybe you don't know where to go. Maybe you already quit, and maybe this is a revolution. Maybe this is like an up and coming again. Maybe this is like a wake up call. Maybe this is something that you've been asking God for. Because one of the things that I found that God is my leader now. I used to always want control of everything, which I know many of you have. Everyone wants control of the situation, but I'm here to tell you that let it go. Let it go. And let God be. Let him guide you. If you fail, he's trying to teach you something. He's trying to teach you what you don't know, the question that you've been asking. And let me throw this out there. How many of you, if off the top of your head, 2 weeks ago, asked a question that maybe now you're kind of receiving the answer for? Maybe you're receiving the answer in a different format. Or maybe you don't even know yet, but it's kind of making sense. Or maybe you asked a question that doesn't have to relate to this conversation right now, but maybe yesterday or the day before yesterday, it's like, oh my God, I just asked this question. I'm opening your eyes, I'm opening your ears right now so that you can start thinking that every question that you ask, you're going to get an answer for. Everything that you're going through right now, there's a reason for it. There's a topic for it. There's something that you need to learn that you're not learning. If you're still stuck in the same exact world as you were a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you're living in a cycle. You're living in a cycle that's just going to keep coming. It's going to keep going in circles and circles and circles and circles until you finally bump it off and break out of your comfort zone. You got to open your eyes. You got to open up your ears so that you can listen to the messages that you're being given. Your message is going to come through a person, through a stranger, through a quote, a post, What else? Like, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Like, quote, yeah, like, it's going to come in some, even a kid could probably tell you something that will pop. Oh, you don't know. If you ever tell someone you don't know what you're talking about, it's because it's a reflection of your insecurities. I just smacked one of y'all in the face. I know I did. I'm sorry if I hurt you. But if you tell someone that you don't know what you're talking about, like you have no clue what you're talking about, you're insecure. You got to go check yourself. Go back outside and come back inside and leave your ego outside. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you continue to battle the person that you think is this tough person, where is that taking you? Where is that leading you? Are you really going to get to the end goal thinking like that? In life, you're not getting nowhere by yourself. So get that out of your head. You're not going to get to where you want to be by yourself. If you think you've gotten to where you are right now by yourself, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. Because right now, maybe some of you, let's just say you're in school. And I got through school by myself. I ain't got no help. What? There was no teachers? Nobody taught you anything? There was no mentors on the way up? Like, and at your job, did you actually start your job knowing what you were doing? Really? No. Someone taught you how to get better at your job. Same thing here as a coach. Do you know what you're doing? No. This is a business. Someone is teaching you. Somebody's willing to take their time out of their schedule to teach you something. Everyone is always teaching. You have to let that go and become a student. Become a student to the game. I'm telling you with this conviction, with this passion, because I wasn't a student. And because of that, I am who I am now 4 years later instead of 4 years ago. Think about that. 4 years later until 4 years ago. I wish I was there over there. I wish I was back where I was. But you know what? If I didn't go through what I went through, I wouldn't be who I am today. And that goes to that. I didn't know who I was until I discovered who I can become. That is what you got to ask yourself. You need to find out who you are. What have you gone through? What is your past? And I'm a person that I hate going in people's past because sometimes, you know what? You leave the past where it lies. The only time you go to your past is to embrace what happened. Embrace it. Forgive it. Because if you allow your past to linger in your heart, in your mind, guess what's going to happen? You're never going to grow. Because every time you're going to succeed, this fear in your past is going to always pop up. Because maybe something happened to you when you were younger. Maybe something happened to you when you got older. You have to learn to forgive in order for you to receive the blessings that you're supposed to get. I mean, I'm going to open up to you guys because you guys are allowing me to open up to you. So you guys are giving me your time. I brought God into my life a month ago. I went to go watch a movie called The War Room. Like, I always had faith, but like actually like letting God into my life, like saying, dude, my hands are up, take the wheel, I'm done driving. I saw the movie called War Room. And something in that movie that got my attention was submit to God, resist the devil, and he will flee. Once I said that, my whole life changed. In 1 week, my life completely changed. I went from having faith to like having faith. Like I was like that, like raw. Like I was like, I became the Hulk when somebody gets mad. I went from faith to faith. You know, like different thing. But it's because I allowed myself to stop taking control. I left my ego outside. Even though I never had a big ego, but sometimes there were certain things I wasn't allowing myself to be taught. So I'm telling you right now, work on yourself. There's a reason why you're going through what you're going through right now. Either you understand it, own it, and let it go. And the biggest word is forgive it. You're always going to be exactly where you are. You're never going to get to where you want to be until you forgive it. And always remember that you're not going to forgive. You're not forgiving the person or the thing. The forgiveness is for yourself. Your forgiveness is to let go. Because if you let go, if you forgive a person or a thing about whatever happened, whatever put you in that world, in that place, you're never gonna get to that person that you are meant to be. Right now, you're a shell, right? You're like a shell right now. How do you fill that shell up? Well, let's make it better. You're a tank. You're an empty tank right now. How do you fill it up? Read, personal development, work out every day, eat healthy every day, talk to 1 million people a day if you have to. But bring yourself up, get better, get stronger. Because up here is what you need to get here. Your body is a reflection of how you think. If you analyze yourself a little bit, are you constantly negative? Are you arguing all the time? Are you complaining all the time? Are you making excuses all the time? Guess what? You're going to fail. You're going to fail because you're too busy entertaining the problem instead of entertaining the solution. And if you don't entertain the solution, your problem is always going to exist and is never going to go away. It's your choice. Your choice. Don't blame anybody else for your mistakes. Don't blame anybody else for getting fired. Don't blame anybody else for a failed relationship. Don't blame anybody else but yourself. Because if you don't blame, if you are too busy blaming someone else, that someone else already moved on. That other job that fired you, they moved on. They hired someone already. You're too busy like, oh, the fucking job failed me. I just curse, I don't care. But it's like, this job already failed me. Like, oh my God, it's like this. You know what? Get over it. Get over it. There's 1,000,001 other jobs out there. Guess what? This is a business. Oh my God. Beachbody is a business? No way. Is it really? Yes, it is. You got to treat it like one. Don't think this is like a monkey like type of business that anything can happen. Like, oh, there's a bunch of papers, a bunch of all these. I feel like I'm back in school. Yes, you are back in school. Because in order for you to get a successful business, you got to teach yourself. You got to learn. You got to be teachable. You got to take classes. Like in order for you to go work for a corporation, how many years you got to go to school for? 4 years. You got to study too. 6 years. I know nurses that have done 7 years. There's lawyers that do 8 years. Oh my God, I did 12 and that was enough. I mean, I'm just saying. Like, listen, I went to school for 12 years and I'm good. I was good. I'm done. Like, I don't need extra years. I'm good. I'll study these things. It is what it is. Like, I don't want to go back to school. But what I'm saying is that for some of you that did go to college, what are you doing right now that reflects the degree that you went in? But you did it. You did it because it was something that you wanted to go after. It was something that you believed in. So if you believe in yourself and you believe in what you're doing in this business, why are you complaining about it? Well, because it's harder. School was just as hard. Those essays, those midterms, and like I'm probably like messing you guys up. And like, don't talk about that. Like I'm bringing it back up because listen, everything happens for a reason. Everything reflects on that. What you learned in school, that put yourself in your highest moment right now. Close your eyes and put yourself in the highest moment. The highest moment of your life, the moment that you shine, the moment that nobody told you that you was going to fail because you knew you was going to succeed. Whatever that is, whatever that moment is, put yourself in that position right now. That's how you live your life. That's how you should go for. That's how you're going to succeed. That's why nobody's going to tell you that you can't do something that you want to do. Because sometimes we need to tap in to where we strive and we shine the most. Because every one of you have a gift. You have a gift. But until you tap into that gift, you're not going to be able to overcome or show that gift. For me, was baseball. I'm an athlete. I was playing ball. For me to overcome these workouts, I had to put myself in the playing field. That as soon as I got into the diamond to play, I was a whole different person. The outside world did not exist. So I had to treat my business, I had to treat my fitness and my health and my mindset the same way I treated baseball. So find your strength, go after it, channel it, find it, be it, and you will not fail. You will not fail. You are going to succeed. And I'm speaking to one of you right now, whoever you are right now. If you feel you're not being successful, if you feel that this business is hard for you, check yourself at the door. What is it that you are not doing that you should be? What is it that you need to work on more, that you need to buy something that will get you there? What is your weakness right now? Find out your weakness. I'm not telling you to focus on it. Just find what it is. Because the more you work on your strength, the stronger your weakness gets. You got to work on your strengths. Don't do something that is not your strength. As a team, I have a suggestion for you guys. I would say, go to Gabriella. Gabriella, this is my strength. This is what I love to do. This is where I shine the most. What can I do that reflects that right now? If you do that, now as a leader, she's going to know where to put you. She's going to know how to treat you. Because all of you have a different personality. Not all of you are the same. Maybe in one way or another, you are the same. But if you don't vocalize yourself, if you don't open yourself out to your team, this right here, your family. You got to open up. Because if you don't open up, guys, come on. You're going to still live in the past. You're going to be that person that when you first ask your coach, hey, I need help, I need to lose 10 pounds, or I want to work this business, you're going to be back to that person. You want to go backwards or you want to move forward? John Maxwell says, fail forward. If you're going to fail, fail forward. Because if you go back, what are you going to succeed at going backwards? There's also a term, there's also people, another thing that they say is that your car has a big window in the front. There's a big window in the front of the car, right? Huge, because you can see everything. But there's a little small rearview mirror right here. Well, why is the rearview mirror so small? It's because you're not meant to look back. You're meant to look forward. And if you focus on looking forward, you are going to succeed. And you're going to become the person you were meant to be. I hope that makes sense. And I'm just going to read out some quotes real quick. If you don't mind, Gabriella, if I could read some quotes out. Good? All right, cool. No one can judge your effort. No one can judge your effort. Guys, this is your life. This is your world. Don't let no one judge you. Be happy with the decision that you made. Be happy with the decision that you made. Fear is an option that we get the instant that it happens. Because when something hits you, smacks you in the face, it happens so quick, you're scared. That's it. But once you figure out the fear, let it go. Did it kill you? Did it hurt you? If it hurt you, collect yourself. Put yourself together. Say, okay, what just happened? What just happened? And when you put yourself in that situation, I want you to really collect your thoughts. I'm going to give you something that I hope it hasn't happened to none of you, but when someone passes away, maybe somebody you love, maybe somebody you cared about, you really love them, you're crying, you're destroyed, you don't know what to do next. There's a reason why that happened, guys. God has a purpose for everyone. Our time is coming. But what I want you to think about is this. When someone passes away in your life, or maybe someone has passed away in your life, and maybe you're holding on to that person, you need to let them go. You need to let them live. But now the question you need to ask yourself is, why did that happen? Why did that happen? Or what do I need to learn from what this situation? How many of you have been to a funeral that maybe you saw someone that you haven't seen in forever, and then all of a sudden you reconnect again? And then all of a sudden you create this bond, this missing piece in your life that you were missing. That's life. When you make a change, the right pieces will start coming together like a jigsaw puzzle. You start falling into place. You see where I'm going with that? So you got to make sure that you value the things that happen in your life. Are you going to be sad for a couple of days? Absolutely. Perfect example. Does any of you know, or raise a hand, the Amber Alert, where that resonated? Everybody knows where that came from? A girl lost her life for that to exist. How many people before her probably lost her life and no one took action? No one took action on that same exact case. But one person did. One person said, my daughter would not die in vain. My daughter is going to die for a purpose. And I want to make sure that what happened to my daughter does not happen to anybody else after me. That is what you got to do for yourself when you lose those 20 pounds, when you overcome that one fear that you always had. When you overcome it, you're going to attract people that has the same exact fear as you. Stop being afraid to share it. Because the more you share it, the more you invite people into your life so they can speak to you and say, Gabriella, thank you. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be who I am today. Thank you for sharing your biggest fear. I've had this fear for 10, 15, 20 years. I just didn't know how to let it go. But when you said it, you gave me life. You gave me freedom. You gave me happiness again. You made me smile again. That's who each one of you are. But if you hold on to your past as a dwelling instead of a learning experience, you're cutting life in half. You're affecting somebody's life out there right now waiting for you. Someone out there right now is going through what you went through, waiting for you to talk, waiting for you to have a voice. Why do you think I speak with positivity? Because I know someone needs it. I know what it means to live a negative lifestyle. I know. But I know what it takes to be positive too. What did you overcome? What have you overcome right now? Did you lose 10 pounds? Maybe someone out there wants to lose 10 pounds. You're not at your goal yet, so what? You lost 10 pounds. Celebrate it. When you celebrate your wins, you celebrate success. Focus on that. Celebrate every win and success will follow. I already said this. This is very important because I know many of you probably go through this. You will be judged no matter what you do in life. You will be judged no matter what you do in life. Positive or negative, you're still going to be judged. But so make sure you get judged by your own decisions. Make sure that that judgment is because in your heart, you knew it's the right thing. How many people told me at the beginning of my journey that this wasn't going to work? Many people knocked me down. You're too skinny, Hector. This is not working. You need to go to the gym. This stuff doesn't work. This at-home stuff, that shake stuff, this and that, all this negativity. And guess what? It's going to come from the people you love the most. Because the people you love the most are either going to bring you down or lift you up. The choice is yours. You're going to lose a lot of people when you make a change. Not everyone is going to change with you. Not everyone's going to transform with you. And don't knock people for not changing with you. It's your decision. It's your life. You matter. You're the one that matters. Because if you lose focus of who you are, you lost. You allowed someone to distract you. You allow someone to put this barricade in front of you to say, no, go that way. No, I'm going this way. I'm breaking this wall down because that's the direction I meant to go. That's the direction I chose to go, not you, me. That's where I wanted to go. You're not going to tell me what I'm going to do. If I fail, I fail. If I succeed, I succeed. That is the way you got to think. Because if I would have quit on that 26th day, I would have never succeeded the things that I've succeeded, and I would have never been on a DVD. And believe you me, being on a DVD wasn't my dream as a kid. It was a dream of mine 4 years ago. So it took 4 years for me to get my dream. So if you have a dream that hasn't happened yet, so what? Get over it. But stay consistent. Practice, practice, practice. And eventually, because let's just say this. Are you going to sit back and wait for the opportunity to come and you're not going to be prepared for it? Guess what? You're not going to get the opportunity because you wasn't even prepared for it. So now if you practice, 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 and the opportunity comes, guess what? You're prepared. You're ready. You're ready to perform at your highest level. If I would have stopped working out 3 years ago, and then all of a sudden say, 4 years ago, I said I wanted to be in DVD. So this is my opportunity. Let me go do it. And I haven't worked out in 2 years. Dude, come on. You're not even going to get the point. Do me a favor. You're out of shape. You're whatever. You're out of it. But you see, my point is, if I would have stopped what I was doing, I would have never succeeded when the opportunity came. So whatever opportunity is in front of you guys, be your decision. Let it be your decision to do it. If you want to succeed, go after it. If you fail, so what? Learn from the failure. Learn what not to do again. That's what you need to do. Learn what not to do again. That's all it is. That's what failure is. Something you don't want to do again. And if you're going to do it again, are you going to do it the same way? Absolutely not. Because obviously the first time it failed. It wasn't working. Try something different. When you talk to, but it's different when you talk to people. Because if you know that what you're saying is the right thing, maybe your approach is different. You got to change your approach. Not what you're saying is your approach. Maybe you got to shut up a little bit. Maybe you should listen to people. So when your approach, when you're delivering the message, you're delivering the right message, not just a message. Because some people tend to but I told her everything. I said this. I said that you can lose 15 pounds. I said that, in 21 days that, I said it all. What did I say wrong? You said everything wrong. Because you didn't listen. Oh, but I just want to lose 10 pounds and I want to eat right. Okay, cool. What do you like to eat? All right, cool. So, are you allergic to certain things? Is it something that you can't eat? You're caring about them. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. That's a fact. If you're out there trying to be a salesman, quit. You're not going to succeed that way. You're not. You have to learn to care about others the same way you got cared about by your coach. The same way that person that brought you into this call, that brought you into this team, cared about you when you went to them crying, I need help. I don't like the way I'm feeling right now. I feel disgusting. I feel powerless. I hate to look at myself in the mirror. Remember that day? Do you? Oh, you probably forgot about it, right? Wrong. Someone is waiting for you to remember that day so that your voice is heard and someone's listening to you. I know I'm probably taking longer than normal than you calls, and I'm so sorry if I am. I hope it's actually being good for you guys. But the last thing I want to leave you guys with is don't rush success. Rush the patience to be successful. You got to be patient. You're not going to get there overnight. You're not. You're not going to get there overnight. You're not going to get to where you want to be overnight. You're not going to get to where you are. You didn't get to where you are overnight. And you're definitely not going to get to where you want to be overnight. It ain't going to happen. It is not going to happen. I'm going to read this last one. I think it's pretty cool. A vision is not just a picture of what could be. It is an appeal to our better selves, to call to be. A vision is not just a picture of what could be. It is an appeal to our better selves, a call to become something more. Do you want to become more? Or do you want to be exactly where you are right now? If you want to settle where you are right now, then by all means, cool. Good for you. Congratulations. But this is as far as you're going to get. But if you want more, you have to do more. You have to practice more. You have to believe more. You always have to have faith, not fear, so that you can get to where you want to be. Believe me when I tell you that if you don't take a step back right now, I'm talking about right now. I'm looking at you. I'm going to look at you in your face. I know you have an ego problem. I know you're not happy right now where you are. I know you want more. I know you want to do more. I know you want to be a better person to your kids. I know you want to be a better example to your family. I know you want to be that one person that makes the change that everyone follows. But I'm here to tell you that you're not going to get there until you're honest and keep it real with yourself. Keep it real with you. Because it's not until you keep it real with yourself that you're going to overcome everything else. Nobody else in this team knows you until you vocalize yourself. If you expect your coach to know you and you haven't told her or him anything, guess what? They're never going to figure you out. Don't expect help if you don't want to be helped. And if you're tired of maybe listening to your coach repeating themselves over and over again, what's the solution to the problem? I'm sorry, Gabriella. Hey, Gabriella, you know what? You told me this 1,000 times. I get it. Let me drink some water. Can we talk about something else, please? It's cool. You know, I think your coach would appreciate it if you're honest with them. Because how would you expect Gabriella to know the answer to your questions if she don't know what your questions are? Think about that. Ask questions and you will get answers. And I hope that makes sense. I'll take any questions if you guys wish to. I've been on the phone a lot long. I talk a lot. I love to talk. I love to inspire. I had a script, but normally when I start talking, God takes over and I forgot what I said. So don't ask me what I said. No, I'm saying. No, but he does take over me and I've already acknowledged that. So when I speak, guys, one of you had to listen to what I just have to say. So I hope you guys get it. I hope you guys put it into work. I hope you guys paid attention. And if you didn't, there's a recording so you guys could go back and re-listen to what I just said. If you guys feel like you need to recap it, I can take a couple of questions if Gabriella wants to. It's really up to you guys.
I just had a quick question. Thanks so much, Hector. That was great. I think you mentioned a couple times that you weren't always this positive, which is really hard to imagine, to be honest. It's really, really hard. So what were like some of the things that you did or listened to, like maybe favorite personal development that really kind of set the tone for that change, or it was the catalyst to that change?
Great question. That's a great question. For me, the transformation for Hector, Mr. Positive came about, was The Secret. If anybody has ever watched the movie The Secret, the documentary The Secret, that is what pretty much catapulted me to, and when I tell you, like, I got chills talking about it. I was in that couch over there, and I was watching it. Oh, you read it? Good, because I wasn't a reader back then. So I was good, hour and a half, and I'm done. I'm good. I read the whole book in an hour and a half just by watching it. But what got my attention in The Secret was the fact that they spoke about the vision boards. And one of the guys spoke about, like, listen, I wanted a house, but I didn't even know, whatever. Like, he was just going through his boxes, and he pulls out his vision board, and the house he has on the board was the house he was living in. So for me at that point, I was in a house, this house here, and I had a new car in the driveway at the time. But whatever, as we do things because we're like, whatever, I wanted a house and I wanted a car. So what? Duh. But what that made me do is reflect 2 years prior. I got this house when I was 26 years old. At 24, I said, by the time I'm 20, and I don't know why I remember this, but I remember this, I swear. I was like, by the time I'm 26, I want to have a house and a car. In that order. I wanted the house first and then the car. And then when I heard that, I was like, what? I was like, what? I was with my ex at the time, and I was with a couple that actually brought the DVDs over. And I was like, I kid you not, I was in the recliner like this, and I was like, rewind that, right now, rewind that. And when they rewinded it, I swear, like, I got emotional because for me, it came backwards. I got the car first and then the house. But that's how life is. Life isn't going to give you exactly what you want. It's going to give it to you when you're ready to get it. That's just the way life is. Life isn't going to give you success overnight. Life isn't going to give you, oh, I want $1 million. Can I get $1 million? Yeah, here, sure. Here you go, Tommy. Here you go. All right, go get it. No, it ain't going to work that way. It's going to give you things in the moments that you're in the mindset that you're in. That's how you're going to receive successes. You know, it's exactly God's perfect timing. If you get it, if you understand it, you're going to succeed. And I recommend the book to you guys that I find it as my positive Bible. It's called Beyond Positive Thinking. Beyond Positive Thinking by Dr. Robert Anthony. You could only get it on Amazon because I think that he doesn't have any books on thing. I read that book and it completely transformed me to its fullest. So, and that happened to me, Elena. I was extremely negative. I saw everything in my life negative. I argued about everything. I complained about everything. Yeah, believe it or not. Yeah. I used to fight all the time. It was like looking back, like I didn't like that person, but I didn't know who that person was at the time. Like that's who I was at the time. But I look back now and I see the people around me that are a reflection of who I was. And that's why those people are just a reflection, not my mirror. You understand what I'm saying? So the reflection, when you have your little shade over here is behind you. It's not in front of you. Depending where the sun is hitting, it's on the side. So you want it to be a reflection, but not the person you look at. So with The Secret and Beyond Positive Thinking, those were the two catalysts to push me into the direction of becoming positive. And I'm talking about the next day, Elena. The next day, I started posting positive. Have a positive day. I stopped saying have a great day, have a good day. I stopped saying all that. I started saying have a positive day. Because why wouldn't you want to tell someone to have a positive day? And you know how people looked at me like, have a positive day? What are you talking about? I was like, what, you want me to tell you have a negative day? Which one you want? Positive or negative? For real? But you get people thinking though, you know what I'm saying? Because again, when you do something that people are not used to, they're going to look at you cross-eyed. They're going to be like, I never heard that before. What are you talking about? Exactly. I'm different. You're not. I'm trying to get you to understand what I'm trying to tell you. But that goes back to you owning your decision. My decision was to be positive, and I don't care who you were. This is who I am. Accept it or get out. This is what it is.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow, that was amazing, Hector. Thank you so much for spending tonight with us.
That was awesome.
We did go over just a tad, but I'm going to ask anyone else, if you don't mind, if they have a question.
Cool.
And then the folks that need to go, feel free to drop off. But
I'm so sorry, guys. I really am sorry.
No, it was so great. It was awesome. Seriously. There were many things you said that you were talking right here. So thank you.
I mean, like, seriously, like, I mean, listen, the one thing that I'm starting to understand that sometimes I answer someone's question because they're afraid to ask it. But I want you to open up right now. I want one question, one of you to step out of your comfort zone. Step out right now.
I have a question.
That you're afraid of. And Iran, you unmuted yourself.
Iran.
How you say it?
Iran.
Iran.
So I know that you mentioned a lot about negative people, that we're going to get a lot of negative people because they are what we wear, right? And they will say no, no, no all the time. So how do you deal with those people that are constantly approaching you, but they are saying no and they are so negative and, you know, like they want to kind of like make you think that what you're doing is not the right thing?
Easy. Number one is if they're coming to you over and over again to ask you about the products and they're not committing to you, is that right? They're asking you about the products?
Yes.
And they're not committing.
Uh-huh.
So the same people keep coming back to you, asking you about the product, and they don't want to commit.
Yes.
And they're being negative towards you.
They have too many excuses.
I don't understand why someone would have excuses but still come up to you to ask you. I don't get it. But anyway.
I don't know either.
you know what you do is that you don't waste your time with that. Because right now they're wasting yours. They're wasting your time. So what you got to do is say, listen, you got to own your business. All right? Like straight up, pull your seat back, own your business and say, listen, time out. Let me talk to you real quick. I ain't got time for your stuff right now. Listen, you're going to come to me. I can change your life. You want me to change your life? I'll change your life. But I ain't got time for no excuses. You want to lose 10 pounds? I got you. But if you want to come to me with negativity that this doesn't work, that doesn't work, why you keep asking me questions? I don't know what I'm talking about, of course. So go to the next person. Go to the gym. Go to the gym. Pay your trainer $150 for like 1 week. You get results. You don't get no support. But with me, you get unlimited support. What do you want to pay for now? Listen, the one thing I learned in this business is that you got to own it. You got to own your business. Because right now, that person is wasting your time and wasting your money. You don't want to do that. When you go to the gym and you go to a trainer, you think your trainer wants to listen to all your like, listen, you coming to me, I'm going to work you out.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not willing to work out with me, don't come. That's what it is. Don't come to me if you're not ready to work out. If you want to lose 10 pounds, I got you. You want to give me excuses? Go over there. Go over there. Vete a pito y flauta que van allá, que no están haciendo nada, que quieren dormir todo el tiempo en el sofá with the remote control and whatever, you know, vamos a McDonald's. a Burger King, but I want to lose 10 pounds. I want to get abs. Really, come on. Seriously. You got to stop entertaining excuses, number one. Because what you're doing is they're draining you and you're draining yourself. This goes to all of you. If somebody's wasting your time, guys, get rid of them. You know what? You got to start staying consistent with yourself so that person will be like, oh, wait, Iran did it. Oh my God, Iran just did that? I'm over here, damn, all the excuses that I gave her. Espérate, let me call her, but I think she's going to get mad at, mira, Iran, mira, perdona que tú sabes que yo te dije que no, pero, you know, I see you lost 10 pounds and I want to lose too, you know? Those people will come around. I promise you they'll come around. And when I tell you, listen, I'm Puerto Rican and we make a lot of excuses. And I'm sure Dominicans, they do the same thing and et cetera, et cetera. Latinos do it. We make excuses all the time. Mira, este es el tiempo de los pasteles, del pavo, tú sabes, de la arroz, de habichuela. They have all that shit. That's all the excuses. And Mexicans do too, exactly, yeah. And it's like, yo, everyone. But you can't entertain that. You have to say, listen, and you listen, don't be afraid to say, listen, seriously, stop. You got to be okay with saying stop. Say, listen, I'm sorry, but I have another customer that I need to talk to that really is interested in the opportunity to change their life. Because if you're talking to someone and they're like, listen, I need your help, Idan. Seriously, like I want to lose 10 pounds, but you know, I don't have the time. But $140, that's expensive. Like I don't think I could do that. Say, listen, I understand, and you know, it might be challenging, but do me a favor. When you're ready, call me. You know, I'll be willing to help you, no problem. But don't get mad at them for saying no to you. Embrace it. Say, listen, I understand. I know it's probably a tough time. I get it. But just understand that the products is on sale. It's on sale right now. And, you know, you're going to get me for free. Because the only thing you're paying for is the products. You're not paying for me. I'm free. Because I want you all, coaches right now, to understand that you're free. When you talk to someone, you tell them. Say, listen, man, listen, you're not paying for me. You're paying for your health. That's it. I'm just a guide. I'm just a coach that's going to get you to your goals. That's it. So you got to own that. Say, wait a minute. I'm not getting paid for excuses. You don't pay me for excuses. If you don't want to change your life, don't waste my time. I'm going to spend my time on you. Don't waste mine. That's it. Simple as that. Does that make sense?
Yep. Thank you.
I know I talk. Oh, bye, Felicia. You trying to hang up on me? Bye, Felicia? No, I'm just no, but seriously, guys, listen. Understand that this business, your coaching, you don't get paid for that. You don't get paid for coaching. You get paid on the people's buying products off you. If you know that, you'll know to value your time a lot better. And believe me, I've wasted my time a lot. Some of the times you got to be nice to people, so it is what it is. Who's this? She unmuted. Gladys, you got a question?
I actually have a comment. Oh. One, I could listen to you all night. I'm sure your girlfriend and my husband would mind, but seriously, oh my God. I'm one of those new coaches that you directed some comments to and some other stuff that you said also, which I'm starting to shake right now, just thinking, going back to what you said. So I'm not ready to take that step to share, but thank you. Thank you very much. Beautiful, beautiful messages that I have received through you tonight. So.
Thank you, Gladys. I appreciate that. But you know what? How about if I challenge you?
Okay.
I challenge you to tell me.
So I have a major setback with my dad. Oh my God. I've been overweight all my whole life and fine, whatever. Not a problem. This past couple of months, I decided to make a change. And I met Gabriella through the personal development book club that she started. And great, I fell in love with the concept of personal development. Never did I hear about it. So I was on a really big high. I saw my family over Halloween. And, you know, what my dad said was like, oh, you still need to lose more weight. It was like those 12 pounds meant, oh, I'm sorry. Somebody crack a joke. Yeah, you know, so it was a very big down. So that for the last couple of weeks, I had been carrying, and just a little bit ago, you know, I went ahead and let it go. And then not for him, because even though he's my dad and love him to death, for me, you know.
And, I mean,
So,
I'm assuming that you're referring to what I said, that your family are going to be the ones that take it down, right?
like your biggest supporters, are, who you expect and who you want your biggest supporters to be, are actually the ones that give you the biggest, you know.
100%. Now, let me share something with you, Gladys. When I started this journey, obviously for me it was the opposite. I lost too much weight. And I would admit it, but I was feeling good about myself. Listen, I was overweight all my life. I did lose weight once, and I sucked at it. But my parents used to say, and they didn't mean it. I know my parents, they was like, Papi, you know, eat, you know, you're like, you're not eating, you know, you need to eat more. And in my head, I'm like, it's like you telling me I'm fat, but I'm not. I'm skinny. I'm too skinny. It's like you're telling me I'm overweight. You know what I'm saying? It's like the same scale in two different directions. If you call somebody too skinny and you call somebody too heavy, it's the same. It's like it'll still mess your head up. You know what I mean? So for me, it was bad. It was like I could have taken it in a way of like, damn, like, but ain't you proud of what? Like they were proud of me, but I felt like I still needed the support, which is I'm sure that's what you need. Now the question I have for you: you say you have a husband, correct?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Does he support you?
Oh yeah, okay. He's actually on. He's more. Okay, you want to lose weight? Okay, I mean you don't need to, but okay, whatever you. His thing is whatever you want to do.
Did you celebrate those 12 pounds?
Oh yeah.
You did celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the only thing holding you back? Was your father's comment, or is there something deeper that you need to let go in order for you to actually go over that wall and catapult over?
No, for me it was that, because it was, you know, I had talked to them about it before I started the program, and you know, my mom was, you know, okay, so it's working for you. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I feel better. I feel great. You know, my arthritis isn't so bad. You should try it also. And my dad's like, oh, it's about time you start losing weight. Okay, yeah, no, okay. And then when he saw me, he's like, so that's it?
You know, oh, I got a good response for that. Just wait. That's it. Simple. It's like, yo, that's it? Oh, no, I just got started.
Mm-hmm.
I just got started. I'm cool. Oh, yeah, and start laughing. Say, hey, you know what? After he says that's it, it's like, yeah, high five him and say, you know what? Watch me. All that, watch me. Just wait. That's it. That's it. Listen, in your heart, if you know and you believe in yourself that you know you're going to get there, no one is going to stop you. Because you know what I used to say? Watch me. Oh, you don't believe it? Watch me. Watch me. Oh, you're too skinny? Watch me. I know what I'm doing. I know the direction I want to go. I know where I need to go. But what you just did right now, if you never said that about your dad, it would have been a setback for you. Because right now, you would have allowed him to trump you at your high. What did I say at the beginning? That, you know, when you're on your way high, why does that, feeling emotional at rebirth? You see that? You're an example of what I said at the beginning. When you feel that emotion, you're up this hill, you're up that hill, right? You're getting there, and then somebody go like, where you going? Psh, you come back down. But as you're a climber, always carry a knife with you. In a way of this, when you have a knife, you know you can cut the rope. from behind you, because somebody's going to always try to pull you down. Everyone's going to pull you down. Nobody's going to believe. So in your head is how do I cut this out of my life? Very simple. You know what you do? You keep celebrating it. Get excited. Go to your house. Say, Ma! Perdido se libra! What? Niggas say, what? You're like, yo. And then they say, that's it? No, this is just the beginning. Yo, you crazy? You think you're out of your mind? It's 12 pounds. I'm excited. Oh, my God. I fit into that shirt that I never fitted. I got this jeans putting on. Watch me. Kill him with kindness. If you kill him with kindness, and I'm talking about not only at home, but anywhere else. Anybody who questions it, yo, but you don't even look like you did anything. Oh, really? Watch. I lost 12 pounds. That's it. Yup. That's all I needed for this first round. I still got a couple of more rounds left. That's it. Does that make sense, Gladys?
Absolutely. Let me tell you, I would listen to you. You have a Sirius station now?
I'm working on it.
Thank you so much. I really.
You gotta.
You know what? I actually feel like a rock has been lifted.
But you know what? That's why. Listen, when Gabriella holds these calls, a lot of times it would be business. Okay, it is business because at the end of the day, we have to work our business. But you can't work your business if you have a rock on your shoulder. If you have a bridge holding you down, if the bridge is elevated, you can't get past that bridge. You understand what I'm saying? So as a team, you guys need to collectively talk to each other. You have to say, guys, let's come as one. I want to help you, and I want to help our team grow. So in order for us to grow, I need to hear from you. Gabriella, Alana, or whoever your upline is, they're not going to know you. Like, did your coach know that problem?
Not the whole thing. Because, you know, for me, it's my dad.
Imagine,
you know?
this, if you don't mind me using it as an example, imagine this. Imagine you would have quit, right? And Gabriella's calling you like, yo, but Gladys, what happened? You lost 12 pounds, but why are you quitting? Oh, you know, this is not for me. But you're not telling her the real truth. The real truth was that someone knocked you down. And Gabriella would have been like, but mama, you know what? Forget about them. Listen, that's going to happen. It happened to me. Maybe she would share something with you. Like I just shared something with you. You know what I'm saying? But then you got to accept it. That's what we're here for. We're here to listen to you. But if you're going to run and just run without talking, we're never going to find you. We can't find you if you don't tell us where you're going. It's just the way it is. So I hope the example that you just set right now, I hope everyone else who's on the call that maybe has a question in their head could really like resonate and say, you know what, Dan, that's a good point. That what I have to do is I have to be more vocal. Because if I'm not vocal, I'm going to be exactly where I'm at and I'm going to go backwards instead of forward. So God bless you. And I hope, like I said, I challenge you to the next time you go to your parents' house, go in with a big grin. So what? Listen, they put you down. Own it. Own it. Own it. Say, and I want you to just come in like that. Like, what? Yo, you want a pastel? No, I don't want a pastel. I lost 2 pounds. Celebrate it. Listen, it's your life. No one's going to live it but you. The person that has to wake up to you, the person that has to go to sleep to you is you. The person that has to go to sleep and look in that mirror in the morning, at night, whenever, is you. Nobody else. So if you got to put in the heart, you got to put in the tears, you got to put in the pain, it's you. You got to own it. So it doesn't matter what people tell you because they're not going through what you go through. Externally, you might look okay, but internally you're hurting because you're the one that has to look at yourself every day. Maybe you're not happy with yourself, or maybe you are happy with yourself. I don't know, but I'm not talking to you directly. I'm talking in general. It's like people look at themselves dressed up, they look good, but when they take off the clothes, they're not happy. That's how I was. I was unsatisfied with myself when I took off my clothes. Now I don't want to put clothes on. They gotta live alone, right? No, but it's like, it's something that you will start embracing on yourself. That 12 pounds, celebrate and say, all right, cool. That's done. What's my next goal? 10 pounds? Okay, cool. 10 pounds. 10 pounds done? Okay, what's my next goal? 15? All right, cool. 15? All right. Next. That's how you get better. And the business is like that. If you talk to 5 people and they all say no, guess what? Go for 5 more. If those 5 say no, okay, go for 5 more. Keep going. Keep going. If they tell you no, so what? Own it. Keep going. You will be successful. Let's say you right now, Gladys. Do you feel comfortable talking to people right now?
Mm-hmm.
You do.
Oh yeah.
So you tell
Because
them.
it works. I did it. Oh.
Tell them, say, listen, I lost 12 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And they'd be like, oh, but like
the first 12.
Right, you lost the first 12 pounds,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, and if they, you might get people that be like, but you're gonna coach me? Like, how are you gonna coach me? Like, you're in the beginning. It's like, listen, I'm not gonna coach you to get you, to get you to the goal. I'm gonna coach you to run with me. I want you to come with me. Like, I'm not better than you, and nobody here is better than you. I just want you to run with me because I know it works. My girl Gabriela did it, and I did it. I lost 12 pounds with it. So just come with me. Let's go. Let's run. Let's go. What are you waiting for? Oh, but it's 6 months. So what? Just come. It's an investment in you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
All night.
Thank you.
All night.
Thank you so much for the question, Sergi. God bless you. I wish you the best. Do me one favor. If a Super Saturday and an event, if I see you, I want to.
Aw.
Right?
Thank you, Hector.
I think everybody's going to want to hug Hector.
You're welcome. You're welcome. But somebody else, it's new to herself.
Cindy.
Cindy. That's her name? Cindy?
Yeah, that's me.
Cindy Lopez.
She's going
That's
by.
my brother. We're brothers and sisters. All these Lopezes.
That's right. That's right. What's up? You got a question?
Did you have something for Hector? Cindy.
No.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to say you were great.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, guys.
You were.
I really appreciate you guys giving me the time. I really do, Gabriela. I know it was like 2 months ago you asked me to be on, and it was worth the wait, I guess. So it's like you gave me more time to prep up. So I really wish you guys all the best. I really hope you guys succeed. Don't be afraid to talk to Gabriela, Elena, whoever is your coach, even your upline. I think personally you guys have an amazing team. Please listen to them. They know what they're talking about. And if Gabriela's not the only one, I'm sure she hasn't a bunch yet. She even has her own personal upline that I'm sure will be glad to help you guys out too. So you guys are a part of a great team. And Team Advent, it could be a team to be reckoned with, but Gabriela cannot do it by herself. She needs a team. So make sure that you always remember to have faith, not fear.
Yeah.
All day.
Thank you, Hector. Seriously, thank you so much. Great message. Thank you for spending Sunday night with us. And I don't know, in the near future, we might have to have you back again.
Let's do it. Listen, you know how to contact me. You know I'm cool with you guys. Whenever you need me, like I said, practice makes perfect, and this to me is practice. Whenever I can deliver a message that can inspire and motivate someone to change their life, I'm all for it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for jumping on, and have a great night, and have a wonderful, positive week.
That's right.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Nice.